Joe.
Hey guys, it's me. It's Joe.
What are you talking about this week, Joe?
I will be talking about Instagram TV, that thing that not many people outside of Instagram will have heard of.
Nope, never once in my life have I ever. I only heard about 5 minutes before we started recording this. And
Yeah.
I'm curious indeed. Now, I am going to be talking about a bit more kind of traditional television. Preacher, which has just finished its 3rd season.
Season 3, baby. That's when you know. How many episodes is it per season, by the way? I forgot to ask.
It's 10 episodes per season.
10, okay.
Seen
and
it,
they're
respect.
they'll be like an hour long, right? Or 45 minutes.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 minutes once you like take out the adverts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I've been watching it on Amazon Prime because we don't get no AMC over here in the UK.
AMC, what does that even stand for?
American
A
Magic
cat has entered the
Channel.
room. American Magic Cat.
American Magic Cat. Yeah, Preacher has been on for a few years on American Magic Cat. But because we don't get American Magic Cats here in the UK, it's on Amazon. One thing that peeves me off about Amazon for showing it is that it's in their like Amazon Original.
Oh, really?
Category,
They're claiming it as an original.
They're claiming it as an original because technically they're the first people to show it in the UK.
In the UK, yeah.
So like it's technically original in the UK from them, but
I see.
It feels like cheating. That feels like stealing.
I've never seen them do that before. I mean, they probably have, and I just have no idea.
Yeah,
but I mean, I wouldn't put it past.
Yeah, I mean that's it. You're exactly the kind of person we're trying to trick, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really pay too much attention to that. I'm not like,
whoa, Amazon made this. Whoa, that's crazy. It's Amazon, guys.
Yeah, no, I'm not really like that. I mean, like, I'm like, oh, that's an Amazon original. That's cool, I guess. It doesn't really change my opinion on it, I guess. I'm just kind of like, yeah.
Oh no, it doesn't change my opinion either. I just get slightly annoyed about it.
I can imagine.
Like,
yeah, it's definitely not good.
But no, I want to give I feel like credit where credit's due. You haven't heard of Preacher, have you, dear Joe?
No, not at all. It sounds, well, I mean, it's called Preacher, right? So,
funnily enough, it is about a preacher. So you've already got like 50% of the premise down.
Oh, sweet.
It is a show created by Evan Goldberg, Seth Rogen, and Sam Catlin. Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen are probably most famously known for like the Superbad film, Knocked Up, that kind of stoner comedy that got massive in America a few years ago.
Which one is Seth Rogen?
Like the big Canadian dude who really likes weed. Yeah,
I know the one.
Yeah, you immediately know who he is.
Yeah. I just needed to confirm. I thought it was him. I just, I didn't want to be that guy. I mean, everyone knows that I'm that guy
fella.
already.
So yeah, like part of Preacher's lineage comes from like that kind of style, and then the other part of it comes from Sam Catlin, who is a producer who worked for AMC on shows like Breaking Bad.
Oh, a big one then.
Oh, a big one. And so like quite a few of the crew and kind of the people behind the scenes on Preacher come from Breaking Bad and then come from that kind of stoner comedy. And they kind of bring both of their styles to it and mix it with the source material for Preacher, which is a comic book. Preacher is about, funnily enough, a preacher played by Dominic Cooper, who, when we meet him, is like not in a good place. He's not really into like God that much anymore. Doesn't really believe he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
And then one day he gets possessed by the Word of God, which has escaped from heaven.
Okay.
And the Word of God allows him to like give commandments to people, which is like
So he's like writing out commandments almost. He's playing God.
So yeah, like he thinks like, oh, I've been chosen to like be the new messenger of the Messiah,
the prophet.
There's a lot of the show is people being like, do you want to be the prophet? And him kind of going, no. this seems really important, and I'm not the person to do this. But no, he basically discovers in the first. I'm mainly going to talk about the 3rd season because that just wrapped up. But just to like give you like the basic catch up. In the 1st season, he gets the voice of God, his
Oh,
like
is this spoilers though? Do we need to give a warning?
super mild. Like this might sound silly, but like
Okay.
the plot and Preacher like isn't the important thing. It's
Okay.
mainly like the characters and the dumb situations they find themselves in.
Okay, so it's a comedy.
There's definitely with like Seth Rogen and all these people involved. There's a lot of like comedic elements in it, but not quite the way you'd think.
Okay, so not traditional comedy.
Not traditional comedy. But yeah, as also not a traditional plotline, as you can tell from Preacher gets possessed by the word of God.
Yeah.
But it gets weirder from here, trust me. But yeah, the Preacher discovers that God is missing from heaven. God has just decided, no, I've had enough, and he's disappeared. They know he's
gone
like,
on holiday, on vacation.
Yeah, he's like just disappeared and not told anyone, and like they know he's somewhere in America. So,
God.
yeah, he wants a break. But so the Preacher teams up with his kind of love of his life, Tulip, who's played by Ruth Negga, who's like one of my, like, if I'm perfectly honest, like celebrity crushes. She's amazing.
Okay.
She's amazing. She's fantastic in this. And they then recruit the help of their like best friend Jesse, who just so happens to be a vampire.
Okay.
So yeah, just so happens to be a vampire.
As you do.
As you do, yeah. In case you can't tell,
this is it's pretty silly.
It's very silly. It's very much comic booky.
Well, yeah, that would make sense.
It's very comic booky. By the way, I just made one massive mistake. The vampire's called Cassidy, not Jesse. That was a dumb mistake. The Preacher's name is Jesse.
Oh, okay. That's quite a big misconception.
It's quite a big mistake to make right up front.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the show is basically them just kind of looking for God and then meeting a whole host of like weird and wonderful and at times utterly terrifying characters who are all kind of wrapped up in the search for God.
Okay.
Which, yeah, it all sounds very stupid, but like in the previous two seasons, the first two seasons of the show, it actually kind of got into some really interesting, quite serious stuff.
Topics. Okay. Yeah, so actually, I don't know, would you say it has a side though, or does it just raise awareness? Or does it like...
No. It's not so much that it raises awareness, it's that it would like... So the fact that it's about like a preacher searching for God, like going on a road trip and a search for God, like you can immediately apply lots of metaphors to this, right?
Okay, yeah.
So the show will like take that, make it look as if it's building up to some big kind of theological discovery, and then just make it the most absurd thing possible. Like the comedy in this show is very much a mix of like just the utterly absurd stuff of people having to deal with the fact that like, oh wait, hell's a real place and like I'm now in it. This seems really bad.
Yeah.
But then hell, I love the depiction of hell in the show. It's just like, oh, it's a big prison but doesn't work properly because like too many people turned up, so we just don't have enough resources, and like, oh, everyone's just a dick in here. So it's really horrible. Like just lots of really stupid stuff like that, or like the absurdity of like an angel who is on Earth looking for God but is really depressed because he's just like realized that like
this sounds all over the place.
It's all over the place, and it's very hard to talk about because it is just like it's just like somebody wrote a bunch of stuff, put it in a shotgun, and just like fired it at the television. But no, the first two seasons are like magnificent. Like, truly, truly magnificent. They're like for some of the weirdest, most like scatterball comedy you'll find. It has some. It like manages to switch between like horror and drama and thriller stuff like almost instantly. It always like subverts your expectations, and like it uses the language of television to do that sometimes. It's like sometimes the joke or the subversion isn't from a character's actions. It's like when they cut the scene. It's when the music cue plays. It's like how they bring up title cards. It's like things that are just so standardized and normal on television, they take and either like exaggerate or use in really weird, dumb ways. Like, for example, there'd be like an explosion, and normally you'd expect to see, the character like fly away from it, and
the ragdoll,
like a ragdoll. Yeah, it'd be like a stuntman or something.
Or cool guys don't look at explosions.
Yeah, or the cool guys who don't look. Whereas in this, it might happen, and then it's very clearly just like a really poorly like photoshopped still image of the character.
Okay.
just like floating away really quickly.
Yeah.
But like they know it looks stupid and they play with it.
Yeah. So would you say the editing is quite like?
It's pretty
there.
like it's pretty out there.
Yeah.
You can tell that it's got a bit of a Breaking Bad lineage, especially when you look at like the camera work. There's a lot of like really interesting compositions and sort of pacing to some of the episodes with how it's like edited together. And kind of unfortunately a lot of that kind of magic and weirdness and inventiveness has been lost in the third season, which focuses on the preacher with his pals having his mates basically having to hole up at the preacher's sort of old family house where his grandma still lives, because
that already sounds really boring, because they've just taken the travelling out, and it's like,
that's actually it. That's actually one of the main reasons I
I already can tell.
Yeah, like they kind of took the whole point of it out. But
congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. You already ruined your premise. But like they set it up as basically they have to go to the grandma's house because she is a like strange mystic woman. She's a healer, and Tulip has been horribly injured and she's on the brink of death. So they take Tulip to her so she can heal her. And you kind of go into this thinking like, oh, I know the preacher doesn't like his family, but in episode 1, like Tulip's healed, everything's fine, and you're like, well, why don't they just leave? And then they don't leave for like 4 episodes, and like you just spend the entire thing being like, why the fuck is no one doing anything? Like it's just like 4 episodes of what just seems like filler of just them hanging around this plantation with the grandma and the old, like, plantation house with the grandma, and then
4
like,
episodes of filler in like a 10-episode series.
Yes, and it's like a weird way to open it, and you don't know why we're staying, and then by the time you get to like episode 6, it's like, oh, the grandma's a witch and she's put a curse on him that means he can't leave. But like you never feel the threat of this, or
so it's kind of just like
it feels like a lazy reason to keep him there. But if I compare it to like the second season, a lot of that takes place in New Orleans. With the group thinking God is somewhere in New Orleans, so them looking around for him. And any time that the show spent too long with them, it would cut to the villains of the piece, who are called the Grail, and they're some of the most fantastically like threatening and menacing villains I've seen in a TV show.
They don't sound like it.
No, they don't. But
the Grail.
So the Grail are basically like hardcore ancient Christian order who are, trying to find God and bring about like the apocalypse because it's written in the Bible.
Yeah.
But the guy who leads them is just so good. He's like incredibly violent and brutal in in the way he deals with everything, but he's so like he finds everything so boring because he's seen it so much, but he's super nonchalant about everything. It's like he would do something utterly vicious and just be like, that's just an ordinary. That doesn't please me at all. This is so boring. Like,
this is so boring.
We just had a
Does he actually have that accent? This is so boring.
He's like, it's almost like a kind of German English accent.
Okay, I see you. I see it.
He's so good. He's so fantastic.
It sounds, that's a good villain voice. It's like German
the perfect
English
Hollywood villain voice.
Yeah.
But in the second season, it would cut to those guys or to like any number of side characters.
If it got too stale.
They had all their options open. Like there was a storyline that was somebody who'd been sent to hell by accident, and they were there with a whole host of people, and you could follow them. You could cut to the Grail, the villains, and then cut back to the main cast. And in the third season, they've kind of just forgotten that they have
they
got
the granny. They got too obsessed with the granny. It's always the granny.
It's always the granny. But no, like it's disappointing because they seem to have like just forgotten all the side characters that made the show really threatening or
to be honest,
quite interesting.
They maybe just couldn't have been bothered, and like their company or their agents or whatever were like, you should make a third season for this, it'll make money. And then they're like, yeah, okay.
Oh no, I can tell they really you can tell they really wanted to, because they still like keep certain aspects of it.
It was okay. It was probably just a good idea that went wrong then. Like or like they were like they really liked it, so they like clenched onto it, even though it probably have been better to let it go.
It feels
Let it go.
If please don't do that. No, it feels a bit like they're coasting.
I don't
if
know what
makes
that
sense. It's just like coasting. You're just rolling. You just rolling on your board. You're not pushing. You're not pushing. You're not kicking.
Okay.
You've turned the car engine off and you're just rolling down the hill.
Rolling. Okay, I'll
please
stop.
Please stop singing.
I mean,
really bad
you're
songs
just making it too easy.
Joe, I'm never gonna give up on you.
Oh no, that's like rock bottom reference right there. Actually, no, Frozen's pretty bad, but it's definitely next.
Frozen is definitely the worst out of all of those.
Yeah, probably.
And what do I know? I'm just a guy who likes big butts and.
That took an unexpected turn. I'm not gonna lie. Did not expect that. Yeah, bad references aside.
As you might be able to tell, dear listeners, I'm not as enthusiastic about this thing as normally.
Yeah,
and it is woefully disappointing because the first 2 seasons of Preacher were like legitimately some of the most inventive pieces of television I've seen in a very long time, and like incredibly funny. We're capable of getting into some like very, very serious topics in a way that was really funny and like quite lighthearted.
Yeah, which is definitely hard to do nowadays, that's for sure.
But yeah, first season, fairly disappointing. I apologise for going on about it for too long, listeners. I will come back next week with good stuff, good entertaining stuff. In the meantime, Joe is here to tell us about Instagram TV.
Instagram TV. It's very hard to miss. If you've been on Instagram in the past, I want to say it's been out for like a month and a half, but I'm like quite a casual Instagram user. Like I'll go on it. I don't follow that many people. Just have a cheeky wee browse. But it's like right in the top right, and when it first came out, it was like, press this button sort of thing.
Did it do that voice as well?
I wish. I would have pressed it 2 times as fast. I should try that.
Press this button.
Yeah, exactly like that. But yeah, it's funny because like, it's like a big corporate company, and when they advertise it, just the way they talk about it's so funny because they're like, trying to use language that makes it sound appealing to like their audience, which is like younger people, I guess. Well, not just younger, like like from like I'd say as low as 12 to like 25 or something. I don't know. That's their probably like main target audience. Maybe not even that broad.
Are they just advertising it by saying you can watch people play Fortnite on this?
No. So it is cool. I think it's well designed and it does the job. It's just I feel like they have the wrong idea of it because they've used words. Okay, so I'll quote something they've said. So this is on their own like news thing that I've only just seen for the first time. It's called like Instagram-press.com, and it's like a blog. Anyway, this is a direct quote from the article that they put out when it came out. "We've made it simple too, just like turning on the TV. IGTV starts playing as soon as you open the app." And I was kind of sat there reading that, and I was like, "How is that like TV?" Like,
I think they mean like as soon as you turn it on, it's just there, it's working. But I find that really
you could
annoying,
say that about anything. Like I turn my computer on and it's just working.
I find that off-putting though, because if there's one thing I hate on the internet, it's opening a website and having a video autoplay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Now I kind of get. I mean, yeah, but it's like. It's just not like TV.
Does that mean that you have like Instagram channels? That I'll let you explain.
No, okay. So it works by profile. So I'm gonna put this out in the open. I'm not that experienced with it. Okay, I've used it like a couple of times. So if I say anything wrong, like feel free to correct me. But like as someone who's just used it, take my just used it a little bit. Take my opinion and stuff with a grain of salt.
These are our early impressions.
Yeah, early impressions. So, I mean, it looks good enough, right? Like, when you open it, it's, like, very simple. It's, like, the buttons are big. They focus on this tailored video thing. And Instagram's always been quite good for that. I find, like, I'll look at things and based on things I like, and, like, pictures I like and stuff on accounts I follow, I'm guessing. If there's, like, an Explore tab, and it, like, shows you, stuff with tags.
They've got their algorithms, I see.
Yeah, the algorithms seem like really good. Like some of the best I've seen, anyway. That's for sure. Because I'll go on the explore page and it'll be, well, for me it's a lot of K-pop.
Okay, sure. Yes, this all checks out.
This all checks out, exactly. That's how you know it's working. And I mean, yeah, it gets spammed a lot on Instagram, like a lot. I mean, it's not all K-pop. For me, I don't know. But I mean, let's be real, 90%.
It's just the circle you roll in.
Yeah, 90% of what I see on the explore page is that. And it's the same with the TV stuff. I think people can just upload whatever. So I don't really know how copyright works on it. But it's like not exactly you can't make money from it. And like I don't really know.
Okay.
I'm not sure how it works. But maybe you will be able to make money from it in the future. You definitely can't now. Or it really doesn't seem that way. Okay, I don't want to say definitely because that seems quite, but like it does not seem that way at all. But basically,
I'm reading their press release here, and it says there's no way to do it.
Yeah,
there's no ads, no paid content.
Yeah, there is no ads. It's it is nice in that way, and it just scrolls the videos. So yeah, I'll get back to what I was saying. There's like tabs, right? And like the default tab is For You. So for me right now, it's like a lot of K-pop stuff. I can easily like scroll along. The thumbnails are just nice. It's all because it's on a phone. It's all vertical, which is actually kind of nice. Like, I think YouTube added this recently. Like vertical viewing's like much better or something like that. Because like
I noticed that the other day when I clicked on I was just listening to an album on YouTube, and it came up in like a square video.
Yeah, it does that. Yeah, because like normally, even if you're holding your phone vertically, the black like side bits were still there, even if it was shot vertically, but they've changed that now, so that's cool.
Okay.
So it's like that, and it takes up your full screen. It's pretty cool. But yeah, a lot of it, from what I see anyway, with K-pop stuff, is re-uploads of like just clips from YouTube and stuff, which is cool.
Okay.
But like I can get why people would maybe have issue with that. But I mean, you can't stop that. It's the internet. Like people are gonna.
Yeah, that's gonna happen all over the place all the time.
Yeah, no matter where you are. Toby's yelling at me.
Oh, is this a cat update?
Yeah, he's telling me a wee story, because like, for everyone that doesn't know, I had to go call for him before the podcast, because he's like, so I came home and I
just heard him meow.
Yeah, he's yelling at me a little bit. He's done that quite a lot, but yeah, I didn't feed him when I came home straight away, because I got home a bit earlier, so I let him out, and like I was like, oh, he'll come back for his dinner, and normally he does. Yeah, he just didn't, and it was like, what, 5 hours passed? No, not 5. That's a big over-exaggeration. 3 hours passed, sorry. And he wasn't back yet. And I was like, he must be hungry. And I just went out and called for him, and he never came. And now I'm talking about Toby again. This happens a lot. But basically...
That sounds like a great video for a Instagram
An
TV
Instagram
channel.
TV, yeah.
Do you
Guys,
know if,
where's Toby?
Toby! do you know if... are we doing this so that like people who are big on Instagram can effectively make like YouTube style blogs?
I have no idea. I think it's just another feature to keep people on Instagram, sort of thing. They wanted a way, because like they've been wanting to do video on Instagram for ages, right? And the way they did video is you just post it like a picture, and it just has a views. You don't see the likes, you just see views, and you can see comments and stuff. But it's like not
sure.
Having them in with pictures was just more annoying than anything else, in my opinion. I don't know, like, they just seem kind of out of place. But with Instagram TV, it's like a whole nother bit for video, which makes more sense.
Sure, like separates the content.
Yeah, and like scrolling through videos like that on Instagram, where it was like, you go down and they're squares and they're quite separated. It didn't really make much sense compared to the way on Instagram TV, it is, I guess, like they said, like TV. I'll give them that. Where, like, yeah, it just continuously plays, and then you can bring up... And, like, the way to go through videos is a lot more seamless. And it tells you the length before you... Like, so if you're hovering it, it tells you the length, who uploaded it, like a title, and, yeah.
Yeah, like basic info.
But yeah, so, like, you kind of know what you're getting into before you tap on it, and you can go through them really fast. It's not just, like, because if they're in the squares, you have to, like, scroll down them, and, like, the text was quite small, the titles underneath, so it was, like, I don't know, it just takes less time to go through videos, and they're easier, more digestible,
sure.
And they take up the full screen of your phone. That's a big thing.
Right, okay, cool. No, it seems like a good thing to try and do this. If only because
Yeah.
YouTube has such a fucking monopoly on all this kind of stuff.
Yes.
It makes way more sense because obviously you get Instagram stars and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
it makes way more sense for them to try and I'm gonna put my money on for worse.
Yeah.
But it makes sense that they want to like keep those people in house rather than have them put longer videos up on YouTube or even Twitch.
I think it's
and things
good
like
because obviously with Vine going down, like say what you want about Vine, I think there was something for everyone on Vine, if that makes sense. Like there was like the stuff that people could argue was bad for like people, but like I had a like section of videos I really liked on Vine that weren't like the most popular, but there was like a wee community around them, and I feel like Vine had a lot of small communities. It dodged a lot of restrictions because it was only 6-second videos, like there was no copyright on music, and like people that made music shouldn't have been salty for their song getting used for like 6 seconds. Like it's crazy, and no profit as well was kind of the big thing.
I basically looked at it as like a joke factory. It was like a place where everyone on the internet could make a joke in 6 seconds.
There was some sick video editing on that as well. That's what I was about. There was some really sick edits, like really, really cool, like talented people. And because it's 6 seconds,
stuff.
Yeah, you can go so over the top because it's 6 seconds, and you can use any song you want and make a really cool edit. And you can fill your Vine page with cool edits. Oh, it's cool. But yeah, I back to Instagram TV. I think that it shares a couple of things with that. It sort of fills a little gap in that Vine, where Vine was in the market, I guess. It opens up creative possibilities, which is something I like, because it's not like similar to YouTube in the way that these obviously you can do vertical videos on YouTube, but people wouldn't because a lot of people watch YouTube on a computer. On Instagram, you can't watch Instagram TV on a desktop. You can't. It's phone only, maybe tablet. I don't know. Probably tablet. Mobile devices stuff. So it's safe to assume that you can shoot vertically, and like anything on it will be like vertically shot. So even if you re-upload videos, they'll probably be landscape. So if you re-upload it, it's not going to be at its best. But basically, it opens up creative possibility for vertical shooting videos and just making videos with your phone. And a guy I really like from DPR, Dream Perfect Regime, a South Korean company that I've spoke about multiple times, and I'm not going to go into here. But basically, he's called Christian Yu. You can look him up on Instagram. He's called Christian Yu. It's spelled like Christian and then YU. He put up this really, really, really cool video on Instagram TV that he made specifically for Instagram TV. It's called My Beautiful Dream Twisted, and then My Beautiful Dream Twisted. That's it. That's what it's called. And he filmed it knowing that it was going on Instagram TV, so he filmed it like vertically, and it's so creative and amazing, and you should all go watch it.
I guess like with the emphasis on the orientation being portrait,
yes,
it does allow people who are a bit more familiar with the camera to start exploring compositions that are normally just locked out for them.
Yeah, totally.
Totally. That is a cool thing. And if they're calling it TV, I can see them trying to make like, or if not Instagram, then creators on it trying to make like longer form content that is scaled and designed perfectly for a phone. So, you get those commuters who are wanting to watch something for like 20 minutes and instead of having to rotate their phone or do dumb stuff to get it to look okay, it's all tailor-made for them. I personally, as like a bit of a cinephile, I find the portrait orientation on videos really weird and off-putting.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's something to get used to, that's for sure.
Yeah, if they're like building up for that, and this does sort of become a thing the same way that, iPhone photography became a thing, I can see in like a few years' time this just becoming another platform and another way to film stuff. And I guess it opens up the more like amateur.
Yeah, I think it's a way to get
word,
people into video stuff, which I always like.
Yes, like you won't have to learn all of the technicals right away. You can just use your phone and then try and create like a short film for like 10 minutes. Yeah,
totally.
No, that's cool.
Or just vlog or anything, literally anything. There will be something for everyone on it, and I think that's cool. But yeah, it's just I hope I hope they update it, because right now it is pretty bare bones, and like some people might like that. But like finding specific things doesn't seem to be the best. Like continue watching is cool, and then there's popular, then there's following, and you can search for like people's names, but like you can't like filter, if that makes sense.
Okay, sure. It's yeah. I mean, I guess it's only a month old. They've still got room to improve.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. They've got loads of room to improve. But I just like, obviously, as a suggestion for any Instagram devs listening, yeah, no, like that's what I'd like to see, like some filters on the videos and stuff. Because
yes, filters are very important for searching stuff.
Yes,
I think like every streaming service I've ever been on has shit filters to some extent.
Yes.
And or they just get so clogged up with a number of people who just name things really similarly.
Yeah, because like people trying to abuse the systems and stuff.
Oh yeah, or like tagging things in a weird way.
Yeah.
But no, I'm like, as somebody who like just doesn't care about that side of social media.
Yeah.
I will admit, like, this has got me slightly interested just in terms of it opening up a new avenue for people and hopefully like taking some of the monopoly away from YouTube.
Yeah, because if it was just another like, if it was just like another clone of like, oh, you can just upload videos here, then there would be no reason.
What would be the point?
Yeah, it would be like, oh, now I have to split up my viewing between different things. But this is different enough that it's like, this isn't the same, and it's like, yeah,
it sounds weird to say this, but like, because it's tailored for mobile phones, but it almost seems like a niche market, which is obviously like ridiculous because it's every single human being on Earth has a mobile phone.
Yeah, and Instagram is insanely popular.
And Instagram
I think that's the thing though. Like Instagram has such a big base, and I never really thought about it much until I met my girlfriend Laurie, because she's really into Instagram, and like people like live on it, dude. Like genuinely, like, well, not live on it, but you know what I mean. Like the same way we live on Steam, sort of thing. Like they're just sat there like on Instagram all day, the same way I'm sat on Steam all day. It's like a hub of like entertainment sort of thing. And then with the videos, it just opens up more stuff. Something that I forgot to mention, which is pretty important, was that videos were on Instagram were limited to 1 minute before. And then on this, they're limited to an hour, so...
Oh, no shit. Okay, I was expecting like 15, 20 minutes or something, but yeah, an hour.
Yeah,
okay.
Pretty crazy.
So, yeah,
so you could do like short films, easy.
Yeah, if it's an hour long and they've called it television, I can see them trying to create something.
You think that they'll do like their own thing? Yeah.
Maybe if this like kicks off, enough people use it, at the very least I can see them Instagram trying to do like a chat show then, if it's an hour long, or something, and maybe trying to like bring on their biggest stars and plug their new stuff,
like Saturday Night Live shows and stuff.
A Saturday Night Live Instagram where they're saying, tell me, fucking Kardashian, what makeup are you wearing? And she'll say, follow my Instagram account to find... I don't know what Instagram is. I just assume it's Kardashians and makeup.
Yeah, it's everything, to be honest. Literally everything. Just everything. Bit of everything.
If my everything is Kardashians and makeup?
Well, you're having a good time on Instagram, that's for sure. But yeah, no, I found myself... I don't know, Instagram just feels like one of the better platforms to me at the moment. Like, as someone who uses all the mainstream social media, like I've been put off Twitter for quite a lot of reasons. I don't think, like, I get why a lot of people use Twitter and it's very popular still, so my opinion's not exactly a popular one, but like I just find it hard to digest all the content, because Twitter, like, I mean, on any social media there's a lot of content, but on Instagram it just feels so easily digestible, like the way I scroll through it and the way it's separated and the amount of text, because it's more image obviously than text. Whereas on Twitter it's such a mixture.
You can get the point of it, yeah,
it's such a mixture, and there's so much.
That is something I've heard a lot of people say with Twitter over the last few years, is just that like outside of like a few key people you follow, it's just noise after a while.
I mean,
it's just like
you can make lists and stuff. Lists are a really cool feature on Twitter, but it's just so much effort for me. Like, I shouldn't have to go in through a menu just to get to a page like that, to get to a list, because like to get to your list you have to go in through the side menu and then go to lists, whereas like say on YouTube the subscription button is just like on your screen at all times, and you can just
Yes.
easily tap it. But on Twitter, at least last time I checked, on phone, you have to go in through the sidebar, go on lists, and then select your list, rather than it just being like one button sort of thing.
Yeah, a thing right there. Yeah, no, there's definitely an issue with like content curation in terms of like the user being able to filter things. That's an issue that 9 of every social media site has. I'd say like YouTube is probably the best for it, as long as you keep a handle on your subscriptions.
Yeah, I think YouTube should learn from Twitter in that way, though. I think YouTube should add a list thing, so like you can subcategorize your
break
subs.
them down. Yeah, definitely. No, there's definitely lots of times when I've looked at my subscriptions and been like, who the fuck was the people I clicked on for music news? Who the hell was that? Yeah,
exactly. If you've got music people, you put them in the music section. If you got gaming people, you put them in the gaming section. If you got podcast people, you put them in the podcast section. If you got vlogging people, put them in the vlogging section, that sort of thing. Like that would make a lot of sense. But and then you, I don't know.
Well, the Google's thing tried to do that, but nobody uses it.
Oh, Google Plus.
Yeah. I know they had their whole thing separated.
I wanted Google Plus to do well, because I don't know. Whenever Google makes something, I usually like the way it looks, at least. And I think Google Plus looked nice. I like the color scheme. I like the way the home feed looked on desktop anyway, at least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just obviously stopped using it. But that was ages ago. I tried to get into it when I was like 16, maybe 15 actually, which is quite a few years ago now. So
all you did was post dank Call of Duty memes.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, Toby's getting hungry. He's like clawing at my arm, and like soft paws, no claws actually. So he's pawing at my arm, but he's like soft biting as well, which means like he's not too angry yet, but he's like, that's that I'm hungry to the point where I'll eat you soon.
You've got 10 minutes. Oh, quickly before then.
Yeah.
I'm curious if there's like any other features from say like another social media website that you think would be good for Instagram TV.
For Instagram TV, it's hard to say. I like.
Can you see stuff that like your friends or people you follow on Instagram like?
Sort of.
Like is there a way to like share videos through it?
Yeah, you can private message on Instagram, and there's a button that if you're on Instagram TV, you can, if you really like a video or like a meme or something, you can like click the share button and send it directly through private message, and you can have groups and stuff, group chats. So.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was about to say, like, if there was a way to like create some sort of almost like a Steam curator.
Yeah.
That seems like that could be very useful. Like, I almost wish, like, I know people can create playlists on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I kind of wish there was almost like a like a body or an organization who are like, no, this is the good jazz music to listen to, people.
Yeah.
Here's the top jazz music.
I think
I want like the Spotify team to run in. Like, no, here are the best videos of people like throwing washing machines out of windows. That's what you want. That's that old Vine shit you want brought back. Here it is.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Yeah, it's cool.
Don't throw washing machines out of windows. Don't do that. That's very
don't.
dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. I really think Instagram is one of the better, or if not the best, designed, arguably, obviously, social media platform right now. Because they only focus on mobile is probably why, to be honest, because obviously all the other ones are more cross-platform. And you can look at Instagram on the computer, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't even post. So it's like...
Mm-hmm. I mean, who would do that? Only monsters would look at Instagram on a PC.
Yeah, I mean, I do it when like I'm on my PC and I'm trying to get a link. And even that, they make kind of hard.
You're a monster.
I know. But yeah, so I'm guess that's definitely a big advantage they have, because they don't have to work on that as hard. Wait, get started. Okay, maybe I don't really get how Instagram video TV even works on this. Maybe you can watch Instagram TV on the computer.
As we said,
I doubt anyone will,
impressions.
but I know maybe not. You can see your own Instagram TV. I think you can upload to Instagram TV from your computer, possibly. Is that what
it's like? If you've edited something on your computer, you can get it up very quickly enough.
Yeah, it says create your channel.
That's an interesting... I mean, that's a smart feature. It'd be weird not to have that.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool. We'll leave it at that. It's cool. It's definitely
We
cool.
will, we will check in. We will check on it in a while.
Yeah, we'll do an update. Actually, that's a good shout.
We'll-
I'm
we'll
gonna be
have
using it quite a lot, I think. So I might even make a video for it. That'd be fun.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Yeah, I will do. So.
Yeah, I can see people using it to like make teasers of stuff that they're
Yeah,
working
definitely. Like, there even movie trailers might be a thing on it. They might like.
on. Ooh, I don't want to
Yeah.
watch a movie trailer in portrait mode. That'd be weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, they'll manage, won't they?
Oh,
They'll
that's
definitely
gonna
manage.
that's gonna creep me out.
Yeah.
Like a portrait Tony Stark. That's horrible.
Mm.
I mean, they could even do it for like promo stuff of having them talk to the camera. No, that's weird. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
You don't like that? Oh.
That,
Well.
that's making my cinephile spider sense tingle in a way I don't like.
That's.
I feel like somebody's just insulted 100 years of cinema.
Right.
Oh, that's
yeah.
revolted me.
Well, I definitely need to go feed Toby because
That
my
that
arms
is-
are precious to me, and they'll be
they're
gone.
getting they're getting all blooded up and cut up.
Yeah.
No, that's fair enough. No, that's fair enough. No, that's cool. We will check back on Instagram TV
We will.
at some point. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it and see what people do. And who knows? Yeah, Joe might make something for it. I'm going to keep an eye out for season 4 of Preacher and hope it gets a little
Hope
bit
it.
better
Yeah. Hope it
than this one. And,
brings itself
and
back.
Yeah. A little bit of a kind of laid back, relaxed one for you guys this week. Again, nothing new really happened in media.
Yeah.
last
No
week.
crazy big news.
Yeah,
Everyone,
no
I
crazy
think, like
big
everyone's
news.
getting rolling again because the summer just finished, and it's kind of like
So
a
it is
downtime,
Yeah.
stage, and then it'll all start kicking off again.
It's all going to start kicking off
Yeah.
just after Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got the big seasons coming up.
Yes. Let's
Fucking-
enjoy the peace and quiet.
Enjoy the peace and quiet. And keep an eye out for the Munch Media website, which is coming along quite nicely.
Yeah.
Keep an ear open
pacing
for
it.
Joe's interview series.
Yeah. That's gonna be happening real soon, actually. So that's
Awesome.
exciting.
And yeah, keep an eye out for podcasts when stuff starts happening again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I've been Ralph. Cheerio, everyone.
I've been Joe, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye, Toby.
My arm!